This is the best jet in LEGO Fortnite using the Eternal Abode Decor set. Air, land, and sea, speed and storage. This thing has it all and does it all. And if you like themed vehicles as well as detailed survival builds, the canopy is the place for you. Drop a like on the video, consider subscribing before 5K, and let's get right in. Ooh-wee, let's get started. We're gonna go into filter, we're gonna snag Eternal Abode, go over to themes, we're gonna click on the utility and vehicles, and I believe this is gonna pull up everything that we want, but we're also gonna grab Frightful because I love the spider webs and all the details that are in that set. So let's grab that. Also, don't forget that Shogun Palace because we're gonna need some Frostpine to start off here because as usual, we're gonna do some 16x2s, stack them on top of the jack, real nice, and then make our shape for the aircraft. I'm not even gonna look at the pieces. We're just gonna go ahead and throw some stuff down. So I'm thinking on the back side, let's grab some 12x2s, toss them on like this. Right off the bat, we've got some really good pieces that we can use for the wings, the coffins. This bed is going to be good for the back. Counters, as always, we've got some nice counters that we can go ahead and stack up. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. Let's use the eldest family dining table to make the shape of this aircraft. We'll go ahead and throw one on top like this, two of them side by side, and then we'll put one in the middle, and that should allow us to put one of these tables on both sides like this. Now I want them on the sides as well, and this is pretty much just going to make up the entire surface area of this vehicle. So to do that, I'm just going to throw a thruster on each and every side. We're going to grab that table. I'm going to have it so that it's at least covering the bottom of the floors here, maybe a stud up. Quickly do the same thing to the other side. Go ahead and get rid of these thrusters. I think it's possible to maybe slip two tables on the side here too, so I'm just gonna quickly throw some thrusters down. We're gonna scooch it on over here. Doing the same thing, I want the table to be kind of flush with the bottom of the floors. If I get rid of the thruster, let's see if I can slip one more table in here. If not, I do have a plan for this spot. Perfect. Look at that. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to the other side as fast as possible. And we'll do it on the back as well. I think I actually got these off a little bit. One sec. Got to make sure my green lines are lined up here with the edge of the wings. Just like that. Perfect. I could go with these. It looks like I can actually slip these up top, which is crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and try to line these up with each other. I think I'll maybe pull it towards the back a little bit. So let's go into the first one that we placed and drag it back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Countess bed and put it on the back. Put some of these Countess mantles in. So I'm gonna place one on this side and one on this side. So if I place these up against the actual table, it'll let me place them. So what I'm going to do is change the back ones really quick and have them sitting the exact same way. Right underneath the lip of the table is where we're placing the mantle or our shelf, and it should be able to snap underneath. This is going to give us some good surface area to place our balloons down. We'll just quickly go ahead and finish it up here. There we go. We should be able to do it on all the sides as well. So I'm just going to go underneath the table. I'm going to pull it out like this. And I'm actually going to have it be right in the middle. I'm going to do that all the way across the back. So lining them up like this. The Countess mantle is going to fill in those cracks. All right, and your aircraft is already looking insane. Next, we want to place some archaic displays on the back. So I went ahead and threw a large one. And it should be able to just go sideways like that. But then I want to take these smaller ones and point them inwards. On the backs of these, we're throwing down those large thrusters. I want 4 of these things. So 2 on the middle and 1 on each side. And then we're going to put a 5th one right up top behind the bed. Turning is going to be super simple. On those archaic displays, we're going to take small thrusters like this. And then even on the front side, we're going to take small thrusters like that. This is going to be our turning. So we'll go ahead and adjust these thrusters right away. So this one's going to be channel 1. This one's channel 2, channel 1, channel 2. And all I really need to do is add a nose piece. So let's go poking through and see what we can find. Now, I usually don't throw rugs on because they tend to break kind of easy, but I really want to take this Countess rug and I want to place one on each side. So one like this and one like this. It shouldn't be hanging below, that way it won't break. This piece is kind of cool. I like it. Looks like I'm actually able to hang this over the bed in the back, which is kind of crazy. I went into wall decorations and I found this little dragon display. I think this is what we want to go for on the front. Now let's add the obvious, guys. We need a steering wheel. So we'll place one there. I want to add some storage, but I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of the build here. So I'm going to add 2 of these Countess Knight desk drawer things, and we'll put one on each side of the front, and we can sneak one on the back as well. So we'll do 2 of them. I'm actually going to take the 2 large thrusters on the back, and I'm going to turn those into smalls. By each of these stoves, I'm going to place one of these nightstands as well, and each one is going to give me 6 inventory slots. You can go ahead and add in the grand chest as usual, but I figured I'd keep this one looking kind of nice. I'm gonna add one more item to the front, right in front of that steering wheel. We're gonna put the bat statue down, and now all I have to do is add on our balloons. So we're gonna go with some small balloons to keep us in the air at all times. And the great thing about these is that they're red, so they kind of go with the build already for once. So 2 to keep us up. I'll put 2 in the front and 2 back here on these shelves. And then I'm gonna add 2 in the middle, I think. Can't forget the small power center. Let's squeeze 2 of those on the back. Throw on a passenger seat if you'd like, maybe even 2. We'll go underneath and we'll actually move where this car jack is. For our tires, we're gonna need to place a vehicle base on 3 parts here. So 1 in the front, 1 on each side. And then we can take our small steerable tires. We'll place 2 like this. And then the non-steerable ones we'll place on the back like this. I'm even gonna place 2 on the inside. And I think we're ready. Right now, this is what your plane should look like. The black and red is such a killer combination. So let's go ahead and remove the jack. Already, just from that fall, I can tell we've got a lot of weight on the front. So let's go ahead and move these balloons to a more favorable spot. Maybe at the front of the stoves, we'll place those 2. So the fall is good, but when we rise up, these balloons are a little bit too close to the front. They're creating a little bit too much lift up here. So what we'll do is we'll scooch these back and we'll place them right in between the driver's seat and that first passenger seat. So that first stud behind the driver's seat. Now let's go ahead and go for a lift. And we'll test out the turning first. Turning seems to be good. I'm gonna drop this back down to the ground because I forgot to change my tires to the right direction. Of course, it's raining on the test flight, but that's okay. Let's go. It drives well on the ground. We've got our boost. Let's go ahead and test the water out right away. And as always, it's gonna float and maneuver in the water really nice. It looks like it's got some pretty decent speed. It's not getting very high, guys, but it's flying really fast. We could get away with just adding 2 more balloons without lifting it into the sky. See how it's just barely coming off the ground there? Maybe if we move these back a little bit. So now it's not coming off the ground, and we'll lift up, and immediately we are gaining more height than we were before. This is kind of what I'm looking for in terms of height. The ability to get up to the lower portions of the islands is the bare minimum that I'm looking for from any aircraft that I use. And there's a lot of surface area up top here, so you can go ahead and swap one of these out with the large balloons. If I had to guess where the middle weight is for you guys, it's about where that second passenger seat is sitting here in the back. As always, you can get off, fix the seat glitch, hop back on without hurting yourself or losing your aircraft. When we release the balloons, we have that nice fall, and as always, we can use our thrusters to coast around. This is the Eternal Jet in Lego Fortnite. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I've now built 2 aircraft using these Halloween pieces, and I've got to say, they are my favorite pieces of all time. I need to know, though, which one of these jets is better, Frankie's jet or the Eternal Jet? Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.